what do you do when you don't know what to do with the RV life? How do you handle the twists and turns that life throws at you? You have a lot of control with RVing, you have a lot of flexibility, you have a lot of saying where you go and what you do, but at the same time you don't have a lot of control. Being in different states, being in different campgrounds, essentially you're renting from different people all the time. You don't technically own much of anywhere that you're parking your RV. There's a lot of goodness, a lot of good to be able to say where you're gonna go, what you're gonna do, where you're gonna park, and essentially, you know, a lot to do with how you raise your kids and what kind of lifestyle you wanna have, what kind of pace you want. But then sometimes, you know, things happen out of your control. Natural disasters, tornadoes, hurricanes, and you've got the more recent issue of the virus going around. And so how does that impact RVers? How has that impacted us? This video, when it comes out, will probably be 3 to 4-ish weeks behind live events. So I have no doubt things could or may have drastically changed from when we filmed this, but this is what we're going through in the moment. We actually debated on this video because we're like, this is one of those videos where when we film this, we've got a hunch things could be pretty different in 2, 3, 4 weeks, but we just don't know. But we do know how we feel, what we're going through, and we do want to share that with you guys. I don't know, it's a lot to think about. So Marissa's gonna go on her daily 10-mile run. I'm gonna start getting the RV prepped and set up. 10 miles, is that about right?
Like 10 minutes.
You do 10 miles in 10 minutes? She's gonna do that. My knee is still tweaked enough that I can't run. So I guess my exercise is gonna be prepping the RV. Start getting ready to get out of here. So, pretty smooth so far. I am really curious what's in stock at this Walmart. We've seen pictures of places and so a little concerning. But my thought was, this route on I-75 going north, you know, through Georgia and Tennessee, like we're gonna see a lot of Walmarts. So we're gonna hit this Walmart here, which is our midway point for today. We're gonna hit a Walmart to stay the night, either before Atlanta or after Atlanta. And then maybe even midway tomorrow, I don't know. So we may have to like piece some stuff together, or I don't know, who knows, maybe it won't be as bad as I think it is in here and we'll just stock up on everything we need and it won't matter after that. But I'm not super optimistic. All right, we ready? Ready, bud? Some frozen waffles, or something's gone. I don't know what this was. It's the last 2 on those, and a hamburger, will be 3. Which one?
Brad's cake.
Brad's cake, is that the one you loved? There you go.
Put it next to the organic.
Yep, next to all our organic stuff. We got a...
It's like the healthy section and unhealthy section.
Our mixture is always hilarious. Where are your arms at?
Hey Dad, do you see me grow more?
You know when you usually create a fort out of the toilet paper? Yeah, it's not happening here. A little bit of a hack, let's see if it's in. I know where some secret toilet paper's at. There it is, right down there. Oh, I think they even found the RV toilet paper instantly. Yep. Even the RV toilet paper's gone. Say, welcome to the South. Wow, what in the world? I got one. I think we're still good on that though. We'll leave that for somebody else. Cleared this one out too. I guess this was plates and bowls? I don't even know. I guess that's what that was. So I had heard that if like Walmart and stuff like that sells out first on a lot of stuff. So Walmart was right here. Dollar General right here. We're right there. So yeah, check out the Dollar General, see what they got there. Yeah, so they got more over here. Toilet paper's still gone.
Hello.
Need plates or napkins, paper towels, or...
So I can get bowls if you'll get plates.
All right, I'll get plates. Whoa, where did you get that? Was it better or worse than you expected?
What was in stock was better than I expected. Better than the pictures I had seen around. But it was more just like, maybe it was just me. It was just a weird shopping experience because it was like, you can feel the tension. I don't know, and everybody's like kind of moving slow, but you can tell that it's like, they're watching everything you put in your cart and wondering if they should be putting that in their cart too. And like, I felt judged for what was in my cart. Like, did you do you really need those baby wipes? And like, do you really need that? Like, it was.
You really need those baby wipes?
We did need. And it was just a weird experience because there was just so much tension. I've never experienced anything like it.
It's a psychological game almost walking around.
It is. I felt like you had to just almost just walk slow and seriously, like if you move too fast and grab the last 3 pizzas, you might get jumped. It was just strange, and I had this older gentleman just walk up and be like, "Is this not crazy?" He was the only one saying it.
At least he's being open up.
Yeah, and I was like, "Well, have you ever experienced anything like this?" And he's like, "No, I really haven't. In my lifetime, just nothing like this has ever happened."
So we know no toilet paper, no hand sanitizer. There's still some soap. There's like hand soap because there's so many different brands and so many different ways to do that. So most everything, we did pretty, we're not gonna starve to death.
I got the essentials. If I'm gonna be trapped, I had to have this. I have looked for this everywhere. This is my favorite of all time.
I can't even find this.
I can't find this.
Yeah, so this is a store.
Oh, but cake with an occasion is like my favorite thing in the world, and this tastes like you're at a wedding eating wedding cake. It's got icing in it and cake pieces, and it's just delicious.
Yeah. I buy things based on how long the list of ingredients are. So well, we're in an RV too, so I don't know how we can stockpile too much anyways.
You can't really stockpile, and we're used to that. We're used to not being able, which it's better in the fifth wheel than if we were in the Airstream. It'd probably be a different story today, but we can get doubles of some stuff.
So the biggest downside I've read about this spot is that there's a lot of airplane traffic. So yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be that bad. So yeah, we have pretty legit sound machines that hopefully will help with that. Another like unknown. Well, we knew there was airplane traffic near here, but I didn't know. I just don't know if the sound machines are going to drown that out or what. I will say trains are almost always worse than airplanes. Pretty secluded back here. I'm actually not a huge fan of too much seclusion. It's like at Walmart, first of all, you want a light. Marissa would not agree with that. She wants darkness, but we found it's a lot worse to park at Walmart's on Friday and Saturday night. That's when the community kids sometimes use it as their party place or whatever. So we're not checking that one off the list. It's not Friday or Saturday night, so we're good as far as that goes. But yeah, I think seems like the airplane noise is gonna be the worst part of this one. We're pumped to be stopped. We got one more day of travel. And then back to Tennessee to man, there's a lot of airplanes. I mean, there's a plane every 30 seconds. It's pretty crazy. So it's kind of like staying in a state park here. We got some trees. How'd you sleep last night? Yeah? Got some rotors, a little bit of trash, but wasn't too bad. This is my travel day here. Had some plane noise, but they did die down more at night. A semi pulled up next to us about 5 a.m. this morning, and I don't know if you have a semi, maybe you know what this was. It sounded like it just about every 30 seconds you got a I don't know what he's doing, but he had the entire parking lot, and he felt the need to do that. So, but other than that, pretty good night's sleep overall. It's actually gonna be semi-interesting, I guess, when this video comes out in a few weeks, like how things maybe have changed from the time I filmed this to what they might be in 3 weeks. I know I've seen a lot of RVers starting to make videos about how does this impact RV life, what will it do. We've got to speculate. There may already be more clarity by the time this comes out, but there are a couple of states that at this time had shut down their state parks. Most of them are still open, but I know we were leaving the full-time family rally. I mean, people are worried a little bit. I mean, they're like, I don't say worried, people are concerned. Where do I go? I've got a reservation at the state park, but what if I start heading that way for 4 hours and then it shuts down in the process? Or what if, states start enforcing different regulations as far as who can be out, who can't, where you go. I mean, how does that even apply to an RVer if you're not supposed to be out on the road? When maybe you don't have somewhere to stay in your RV and you got to move from point A to point B. I mean, things to think about, things that we've thought about, which is why we're going from here to Tennessee. To just sort of hunker down at our home base. We know that, we got a familiar spot. We know the stores, we know the area. We have family. If we're low on something or we need help with something, we've got people around us to help with that. So that's kind of been our take, and I think that's been the take of a lot of RVers we've seen and talked to, is like, we're not freaking out, but we're using common sense on where we go and where we stay, and maybe finding a spot that we're more familiar with and maybe have more of a network of support if we need it. So a lot of people may be going to family's land, maybe going to a friend's property, or some people just staying somewhere with a private park. But I do think there's a little bit more fear, I think, with the state parks, national parks, that kind of thing, as far as staying in those parks. You excited to get back to Tennessee?
Yeah.
What are you most excited about getting back to Tennessee for?
Avery.
Oh, Avery, yeah, your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
So we still got, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on how many times we stop to get back to Tennessee, but it shouldn't be a killer day. But doing these back-to-back days, it should be enough that it won't be easy. And it won't be easy as in like the bottlenecks. I mean, we love him to death, JJ. So we're timing it with his naps and the whole deal, but we'll see how it goes. He did pretty good yesterday. We'll see how he does today. You ready? You're bundled up, buddy. Where are we going, to Alaska or Tennessee?
It's a shock.
You just dying to get a hold of me, huh? Come here. All right. Come here. How'd everybody sleep last night? Like a baby?
I slept great, which usually I'm very sensitive to noises, and I slept great, but Mom said that it was pretty loud with the street sweepers, and because there's like planes and trains, and I must have been tired, or we have a really good sound machine.
Yeah, we need to get another one of ours and put it in the back.
That sound machine works.
Legit.
Yeah.
You ready, buddy? You ready to get back to Tennessee?
They're gonna be so excited to see you.
This.
Yep.
This baby? Excited to see this baby? This?
Everything's this. Because I guess
I love it. It's like Dees. It's like D-E-E-E-S, I think.
Because we're always saying, do you want this? So he's like, this? Everything's this.
Slides in. Ready to roll?
Let's go.
All right. We've left sunny and 75 in Florida to not sunny and 75 here in Tennessee. Highs are around 50. According to my family, they have not seen the sun in about a month. So we are back here a little earlier than normal with everything going on. But one thing we did plan out, one thing we always do when we come back to our home base here in Tennessee, which our home base, for you guys that may or may not have seen it. So it's basically a full hookup spot with a folding deck. It's kind of a mess. The kids have already trashed it. That gives us the option to at least have familiarity of where we're gonna go and where we're gonna pull in with the RV when we come back. So we're here with our RV with full hookups, near family and all that. One thing we always do when we come back is we have things shipped ahead of us that maybe are for projects or things we need. My original plan, and I've told you how much not a huge fan of outdoor kitchens, but this one came with one, so we've been trying to work with it. We've installed, I say installed, this is kind of rigged up because I'm just trying it out. But coming back, we knew, yeah, we might be not eating out as much, not going out as much, doing more grilling possibly. So instead of the built-in burners that they have on the outdoor kitchen, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't like as RVers, that's why your newer RVs are starting to have griddles built in instead of the burners out on the outdoor kitchens. Just kind of rigged this up using a lot of the previous hardware. And this just kind of comes down, sits on here, and yeah, good to go. Love these Blackstones, very popular with RVers. We've actually had one of these before in the past. I loved it, but I thought I could get away with a griddle on the burners. Just was not working out well. It would slide around too much. The hot spots were way too centralized with the two burners I had it on. It just wasn't working as well as something like this. Look how high this, it's so high. And it's because the RV is slanting a little bit up. So if you don't have if you got a perfectly level sight, it's great. It's fine. It's normal height. It's probably like another 4 to 6 inches lower. But we're rarely at a perfectly level side, it seems like. So not too big of a deal. My big thing is I know I'm more likely to use this if I have less hurdles, and it's not that big of a deal to just sit it up here, tuck this in, and close that. So in addition to the grill, as far as getting mail, we also had something else waiting for us in the mail that came in, I guess, about a week ago. You want to open this thing, or? What we got, buddy? What we got?
Look, JJ.
What is it? It's silver and shiny.
Wow. Everything's this.
Everything's this?
This.
This? You want this?
Less junk, more journey. Yeah!
Yay! Silver button, yay!
High five! High five! You did it. Yeah. I guess when we started our YouTube channel, 4 years ago? 4.5?
Something like that.
If you'd have told me that this was gonna happen, I would call you crazy.
He really wants that thing.
You want it? Oh, now it's got slobber on it.
Yeah, it's alright. Now we technically passed 100,000 November of 2018, I think, something like that. So it took them a little while to get it to us. But YouTube did get the button to us. Is this called a button or a plaque?
It's the silver play button, right?
Oh, it's a button, alright.
Yeah.
So it's a big button. We got it!
Yeah, so thank you guys for being a part of our journey. And because of...
JJ wants to push these buttons on the microwave. You like your buttons, don't you?
Yeah! Because of you guys, this is possible. And without you, there would be no channel. So thank you guys. This is...
For sure.
This is incredible, isn't it?
I think what we've done with the grill is kind of like a good example of maybe just our take on life changes in general. We don't want to feel like we have to be 100% sure of something before we make a leap, before we take a change. We get to that 95% leap. At the same time, when we do leap, we don't want to push all our chips in on the table so that we don't have other alternatives. And so very little invested into the grill, very little, honestly, we've got some time and energy and things like that into our home base. But if we needed to pivot, we could pivot. Are there times when it's tough like this, where RVers are scrambling around trying to find somewhere to park? Yes. Are there changes they didn't expect? Yes. But at the same time, we have mobility in the RV. We can hopefully adapt to the situations around us. And I think that's a big draw to RVing for me, is to know that we can go into it knowing that we're not 100% into anything, really. We can still pivot and do things a different way. In worst case, if we said this when we decided to RV, we're like, you know what, worst case, we'll come back, we'll settle down in Cookeville with our RV, maybe without our RV, whatever, and we'll just try to go back to what we were doing before. That might work in your situation, it might not. There's no way to know what getting to 95% and leaping, and then once you leap, still not going 100% in on all your resources looks like. But this is what it looks like for us. Fewer things, and yes, I know we have things here, but we've intentionally tried to choose things that are very low upkeep with that. And that was a big part of our decision coming back here. Could we have stayed in Florida? Yes. Could we have been in the Keys? Could we have been out west? We could have been anywhere, really. But the upside and the importance of us being around our family in a time like this, and having familiarity with resources, having our home base, that just, to us, that just made it the way to go.
I'm really thankful that this past year we did do a home base spot here with our family, because just having that sense of security of knowing that there was somewhere for us to go, not that that's a have to, but that was one of the reasons that we come up with wanting to have a home base, was because there was just so much uncertainty of not having a campground, or the campground was always full here. And then, obviously there's always a risk like this ever happening where, what if there is nowhere to go? It's hard being a parent and having to be protectors of other people and, make good decisions for them. And we have to make good decisions for ourselves and our families, and then also, the people around us. So it's just a lot going on right now. A lot of emotion. If anything, I think it's taught me to not take things for granted, not take, your health for granted or freedom. And it's just put a lot of things in perspective, things that I think that we really don't think much of, like how much just getting up and going to the store just seemed like a just like a boring task before, but now it's just such a luxury, and just thankful for the just the freedoms and the little things that we have.
It's like a good shoulder workout. And so I think over time, we just kind of accepted that, and really this is live for anybody probably, but we really don't have that much control. And so that's helped us to roll the punches, to adapt, to pivot, to make new decisions. And I think for the most part, as RVers go through this, they're gonna do that. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna find somewhere to go, somewhere to stay. And the versatility overall, even though it's stressful in the moment, is gonna come out as being a good thing, being versatile. And that doesn't mean we don't have a plan. I think it's two different things. We do have a plan. You know, Marissa and I, now sometimes it's kind of in pencil or it's, you know, kind of etched out a little bit, but we do have a plan. We do hope that things will go the way they need to go. But in the back of our mind, even like, you know, if we haven't broken down in a month, we're like, you know what? We haven't broken down in a month. Like, we're kind of due. I mean, we hope it doesn't happen. But in the back of our mind, we're like, you know, stuff is gonna go wrong. How do we adapt to that? You want in there too, Pico?
Pico.
Right, go. Go if you're going. I don't know why you're wanting to go in there, but Pico. What did you enjoy most about Florida?
Oh, the sunshine.
Yeah.
I love the sunshine. It just makes me happy. It's nice escaping the cold weather every year. I used to dread the dreary winter and the cold, and yeah, so it was really nice that that we get to escape that. So I love the sunshine.
Yeah, it's a little different here.
And the people you meet. I feel like you'll meet a lot of people wintering in Florida, and so it's just an easy way to like meet new people, make new connections, see old friends, make new friends. So I don't know, it's always an adventure, and it's fun.
Yeah, so hopefully for you don't have to hightail it out of there from Florida, because there's a lot to do and it's really awesome. And if you're curious about Florida, we have multiple years of Florida videos. We've done, I know, summer outs, we've done sort of like we do the springs. How's it going, supermodel?
Might as well have fun with it while you can, right?
Some routes we just do the touristy stuff.
In the movies, there's a fictional drink called butterbeer. Feels weird holding butterbeer and a baby in your belly.
Some routes we do sort of the edges with the beaches and stuff like that. So if you're curious about Florida, want to see more about it, I'm gonna link to our Florida playlist. Check that out. We're gonna call it a night. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later.